You remember that moment, don't you? That quiet second when you finally stopped trying to explain yourself. When you looked around and realized the shoulders you once leaned on were busy holding up their own masks, their own stories, their own lies. That was the first day you walked alone. Not because you wanted to, because you had to. Because the moment your mask slipped, the moment they saw the storm behind your smile, they ran. Funny how that works. They loved you when you were quiet, when you were easy, when you were obedient, swallowable, convenient. But the second you showed teeth, the second you stopped shrinking, they spit you out like you were poison. And that's the twisted beauty of it. Walking alone isn't a tragedy, it's a transformation. Because silence doesn't just talk, silence exposes. You thought you lost something when you distanced yourself. No. You just discovered who was never with you to begin with. And yeah, that realization hurts. It cuts through the chest like glass. But pain is the toll for becoming real, becoming raw, becoming someone this world doesn't know how to value until it's too late. You gave too much. You cared too hard. You poured yourself into people who came with empty cups and hungry hands. They drained your light until there was nothing left to take, and then they called you changed. That's the joke. They create the emptiness, then blame you for learning how to live inside it. But here's what they don't understand. That void is a teacher. It teaches you to move quietly, to observe without reacting, to carry your scars like weapons instead of wounds. They called you weak because you felt deeply. No, the weak are the ones who can't handle truth unless it's sugar-coated. The weak are the ones who run from emotion and hide behind ego. You stayed. You endured. You bled and still kept going. That isn't weakness. That's survival wearing a grin. That's strength dressed like madness. And people fear what they can't understand. So they label you too intense, too quiet, too much.
What they really mean is, you're not easy to use anymore. You stopped performing for approval. You stopped begging to be seen. You started moving like a ghost through the ruins they left behind. And that's when everything shifted. You're not wrong for closing doors that led nowhere. You're not crazy for feeling things deeper than most people can reach. You didn't lose your mind. You woke up. Because when you walk alone, your demons don't whisper anymore. They speak loudly, clearly, directly. And in that noise, you meet the version of yourself nobody applauded. The one that kept your life together in silence. No praise, no thank you, just grit. That version of you, that's the one they'll regret losing when it's too late. Because once you learn how to walk with no hands to hold you, no voices to guide you, no one to save you, you become the storm, not the victim of it. And yes, they'll come back, one by one, with apologies stitched together from guilt and nostalgia. But you'll see through it now.
Because silence taught you to read more than words. It taught you to read patterns, energy, consistency, intent. You're not bitter. You're not broken. You're just done shrinking to fit inside minds that never respected you. Now you move like a shadow, calm, quiet, calculated. You don't chase, you attract. You build, you grow, and you destroy only what no longer serves you. And that terrifies them, because they remember the old you, the one who begged, the one who waited, the one who kept breaking themselves just to keep others comfortable. Now you're the version they never believed you would become, the one that doesn't flinch when life tests you, the one that can laugh without needing company, the one who finally understood walking alone isn't loneliness, it's evolution. And betrayal, yeah, people love that quote. It never comes from enemies. But you didn't just read it, you felt it. You felt it in the way your chest burned while you forced a smile. You kept showing up for people who wouldn't cross the street for you. They used your silence as a weapon against you, called loyalty desperation, called love weakness. You gave them the truth, time, effort, and they treated it like a discount offer. You were never hard to love. They were just too empty to understand a heart that doesn't quit on people. You weren't asking to be worshipped. You were asking for something real, someone who didn't fold the moment things got uncomfortable. But they disappeared when the storm arrived, left you drowning while they stood dry on shore, telling the world you were too much. And what broke you wasn't just the leaving, it was the way they left. Cold, quiet, no closure, like you were nothing. Then came the silence. That heavy silence where the phone didn't ring, the door didn't knock, and the only voices that stayed were your thoughts. That's when you cracked. Not loud, not dramatic, the silent kind.
The kind of happens at night, when no one is watching, when the ceiling is the only witness, and you start questioning your worth. Was I the problem? Did I ask for too much? Was I not enough? No. They just weren't built for someone who gives without keeping score. You weren't crazy for wanting consistency, depth, presence. You were just born into a world that romanticizes toxicity and calls it passion, glorifies distance and calls it mystery, celebrates selfishness and calls it self-love. So yeah, you were the problem to people who didn't recognize what real looks like. But here's where the game flips. That silence you hated, it built you. It taught you how to breathe without validation, how to survive without being seen, how to be powerful without noise. You were always strong, but strength gets quiet when it's tired. And you were exhausted, carrying people, stories, burdens that were never yours. You didn't walk alone because you wanted to be savage. You walked alone because you realized no one was walking with you. They were riding your back. They loved your light until it started burning their comfort. Then they called you toxic. Funny. You healed them, held them, hyped them,
And the moment you turned that same energy inward, they called you a threat. Let them talk. Let them build their little narratives. Meanwhile, you're evolving in shadows, growing in silence, becoming unrecognizable. That's what walking alone does. It doesn't turn angels into monsters. It turns them awake. And look at you now, still standing, scarred, yes, but smarter, hardened, not heartless, feeling less, but seeing more. You speak less, you let action speak loud. You don't beg to be chosen, you choose yourself. And once you do that, everything changes. Because when you walk alone, you stop depending, stop expecting, stop bleeding for people who wouldn't hand you a bandage. That version of you, rising from rock bottom with no hands reaching down, that version is lethal, untouchable, dangerous. Not because you became cold, because you became clear. You see people now, their masks, their motives, their games, and instead of playing dumb like before, you smile, nod, and walk away. Not bitter, just done. They'll say you changed. Good. Growth always looks like betrayal to people who stay stagnant. So keep walking, keep building, not for revenge, not to prove anything, because you didn't just want to survive, you wanted to become. And now you know the truth. Your future isn't built on explanations, it's built on elevation. From now on, it's elevation or isolation, no in between. And the best part? All that love you kept giving away like it was endless, you finally give it to the one person who deserved it all along. You.